Hey, what's going on, guys? James here, and I'm going to do a bit of a backlog of stuff that I've acquired over the past several months, so call it spring until end of 2024. And I also got a package from Super Nicktendo, and that will be at the very end because it's at the bottom of the pile, and I honestly just don't want to rearrange this stuff. So, anyways, without wasting too much time here, let me get the first item, which I'm just going to hold up because it's too darn heavy. I really don't want to hold on to it. This old radio, from what I could find online, it is roughly 90 years old. Um, to say it works would be kind of lying. It turns on. I did get a couple of hours of mild use out of it after some deoxit, but that seems to have faded away. This definitely has absorbed decades of nicotine because me as a non-smoker, I could smell it when I first brought it home, and even after a thorough cleaning, if I get right up to it, you can still definitely smell a little bit of it. But this was too cool to just let it go to the landfill. I feel that there is a way to get this to at least be somewhat functional, and it's a pretty cool piece of kit. But yeah, it is stupidly heavy, and if I can get it around here, it's like, the old tube style, of course. Anyways, not that I need another project in my life, but I wasn't gonna let this one go to the curb. Man, get a gym membership out of that thing too. Alrighty, so no particular order. I'm gonna do my favorite thing of all that I've gotten this year. I can't recommend it enough. Is it the perfect device? No. It definitely has its flaws in terms of the marketplace and whatnot. But I think I've already raved about this a few times on X or Twitter, depending which one you prefer. The Steam Deck. This is the OLED. I've put more hours into gaming on this thing this year than I have with anything else altogether combined. Like I said, it's not the most perfect device. Not every game on Steam works on this. That's honestly kind of to be expected. It's a downfall, but it's to be expected. But nonetheless, this is a phenomenal device, and I totally see myself using this a whole ton. 2025. It is actually my everyday carry to work. Yeah, let that realization hit you. This monstrosity, it's big. This thing's huge. But this is my everyday carry with my lunch bag to work. Because some nights I go 8 hours straight, don't have a break, and other nights I might have 2 or 3 hours of nothing. So for those evenings, when I'm just sort of on call, this is key for my sanity. Alrighty, I've been off, pretty much offline for the whole freaking year, but I do have plans and do want to get back to streaming. So I do have, I think they call it the Stream Deck. But the thing with that, after, well, I think it was like half a year having that thing, the buttons, the color started to really bleed out on them, and you really couldn't make sense of what the icons were anymore. So I just said, screw it. I'm done with that thing. Actually, I'm a little bit wrong on that. I say 6 months. I had it for well over a year, and it started exhibiting those issues. If it was 6 months, I probably would have tried to return it. But nonetheless, I know I was out of warranty period for that thing. So, when this was on sale, the Stream Controller X, I thought, you know what? I don't normally like changing brand names too much, but considering my initial experience with the Stream Deck, was I liked the device, but it wasn't favorable, especially with it, crapping out so quickly. I thought, you know what, maybe I will try the competitor and see if this fares any better. Alrighty. 8-bit do. This is the micro controller. Bought as a gimmick, and I thought it was going to be kind of stupid knowing that I was kind of tossing my money at it. I kind of shockingly actually freaking like this. This is not something that you'd want to do a marathon gaming session with, but I might actually make my own separate video on this thing, just sort of highlighting what I used it for and how I kind of adopted using this for a good portion of the year intermittently. You know, the actual Steam Deck did ideally replace this, but I was doing a tiny little bit of Mac gaming on my overnights when I had break times, and I'm still not going to get rid of this. This thing is actually pretty cool. Again, this warrants its own little video. Next up, the Lark M2 wireless microphone. And this, although I can't seem to get it to focus too well on the camera right now, it is what you're listening to right now. So there is your product review. If you're looking at one of these, I've used it in a handful of videos before. Most notably, I believe it was the Berry Game Exchange, and I think I used it for maybe something else that didn't hit YouTube, but I definitely used it for some like family things, and where you wanted a bit of distance and you wanted to sort of hide the mic. Honestly, these are great. Not super cheap, but not detrimentally expensive. I know the Rode wireless mics are definitely far more pricey than these. Alrighty, Christmas from Mom, the Microsoft Arc mouse. And a lot of people seem to actually kind of dump on these online, saying that they don't like them. My thought process for this was, well, I like it the fact that, it goes to a real mouse, because I've had flat ones for a travel bag, and they're not comfortable. This one obviously goes up more for a hand style. It folds flat. I'm like, okay, well, guess what? I'll give this a shot for the laptop bag. I've only owned it for probably, well, Christmas was like roughly a week ago. I don't dislike this. I can see why people have gripes with it, but I'm not using this as an everyday mouse. This is a laptop mouse for a laptop bag that I want to stow away, but still be comfortable to use when I'm actually wanting to function with it. I like it, but that's only with me having it for a week. So maybe my opinion will change later. Still in the wrap, because again, the whole year escaped from me, the Auto Dolly with wireless remote from Newer. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up too well through the plastic wrapping, but yeah, it's got 3 wheels and a camera mount and a little remote. You can sort of drive it along the floor or countertop or whatever to get kind of like POV shots, that kind of thing. And I thought, it was on sale on Amazon, and that's how they get me for everything. I find it on sale, I'm really just scrolling through things like, oh, that looks cool. So I apparently adopted this at some point. I still haven't opened the damn thing. Alrighty, I'll do this one next. Nothing special about this one. Nintendo World Championships. I think a lot of people bought this. Why not? At some point, it's still sealed, but family, friends, whatever, come over, we're gonna throw the Switch on or something, and get a meager amount of fun out of that, hopefully. Alrighty, and these next 2 items came from the best way I could describe it is kind of like a church basement. When my wife and I went to visit my mom for a handful of days in the summer, we went to some wineries and all that kind of nonsense, and she's like, "Oh, I want to stop you off at this building here." I'm like, "Okay, well, whatever. You're the one driving, and you're showing us around the town." And the top half was ridiculous nonsense, like the cottage country stores where everything is insanely priced, and we're like, nothing here meshes with our lifestyle. But underneath had the church basement sort of a deal where people can have their individual booths and load it up with product, and then I guess the staff there take care of the selling and they take a commission, that kind of thing. So the next 2 items came from there. Arkanoid on Super Nintendo for $15. I looked it up online. It averages closer to 21. So not a great deal, but you know what? I like these games anyway, so I'm like, for $15 I'll add it to the shelf because it's something that I actually will play. See, oh, there was the receipt there. It came from Craftworks, is what the building was. Yippee! But this was the actual main draw for me. The NES Satellite, complete in remarkable freaking condition. And when I say remarkable condition, like flat out remarkable. The actual device, I sure could use a little bit of a touch up with cleaning, but everything inside is absolutely minty. The foam is in perfect condition. The original manuals are in its original Ziploc baggie. They don't look like they've ever been pulled out. Wonderful, wonderful shape. And the price on this, complete in box, was $75. And I actually had to look this up because I was kind of clueless on what these things were kind of fetching in terms of a complete in box unit. And I don't normally do the price charting comparisons, but I will do it for this one here. I'll put it wherever on the screen here. I paid $75, and it's apparently averages $150 Canadian. So I thought, you know what? For something that's in this good a shape, and I know, Nintendo's a hot collectible. I got friends that are doing the Nintendo collecting. Like, I'll definitely cut a deal on this. I mean, yeah, I want to get my $75 out of it, but, it's worth $150 if I take it to a table and I can trade it for, $125 worth of product or cartridges that I would prefer to have instead of this. I'm happy with that. And hopefully someone else can get more enjoyment from this collectible on their shelf than I would. Alrighty, and last up is from Super Nicktendo. I have removed all the necessary package labels. You'll just have to trust me that I'm cutting into the top of this off camera because I'm not moving everything around. Should I go the top or the bottom? Oh, goodness. You know what? I think I'm going to actually cut through the bottom. It looks like it might be a bit better of a task to get into this. I'm sure the anticipation is just unbearable for you guys. Oh, goodness. All right, so what I will say is these items were completely free. He had put it up on X or whatever saying, I'm sort of just weeding out the collection and this is stuff that I don't want. I'm not asking for money, but you need to pay for postage. Fair freaking enough. So I paid, I think it was around $50 postage for this, for the 2 items. But the items inside were 100% a gift and no strings attached. Alrighty, so okay, there is no postage markings on that, in case I just want to make sure, because I would feel terrible if I did do that to this person. Oh, and he left me a sticker too. Oh my goodness, I appreciate it. You know what? This is going to go on the bar fridge with all my other stickers. It's like a glass door. Thank you. That's awesome. I have Double Switch. This was the limited run version of this. Still brand new, factory sealed. Darned if I can guess what platform it's actually for, because it doesn't actually say on the outside of the box. I don't remember, but me owning all the platforms, I'm sure I have something to play it on. I want to say it was PlayStation 4, but if I'm wrong, sorry. But nonetheless, this was awesome. Like I said, no strings attached, free, and I really do appreciate it. And, oh wow, you did a stellar freaking job packaging stuff. You guys are going to buy from him in the future? Dope packaging. Alrighty, and this is, oh my goodness, is there a way for me to actually open this? It's still got the seals on it, so you know what? I might not actually open it here on camera, not knowing how a collectible I am going to treat this. Well, it looks like it actually might have been separated at some point. You know what? Screw it. I'll do the cardinal sin and open the box. I remember seeing these when they were first announced. that gently down there so I don't damage it. This is the Atari Bluetooth hat. Yeah. I remember seeing this announced and like, it seems kind of stupid, but at the same time, I kind of like it because this is the type of thing that you would have expected to maybe see if it was possible in the 80s. 80s, people used to have the, it was big to have the big boom boxes on your shoulder and blasting it around, you know, not caring about who around you is listening to whatever. Well, this is kind of like the modern day version of blatantly blaring your music for everyone to hear. But it is really freaking cool. And it's, you know, full Atari branded. Comes in a really nice box with, is that felt? Oh my, it's not felt, but it's like a really nice kind of foam packaging. Again, this is for the person that has everything and you don't know what to buy them, because it is an odd, unusual item. But I was honestly kind of enamored with this, and I was like, you know what? If you're just going to ditch that, and I got something that's going to come in the post anyways, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, I kind of want that too, even though I don't need it. So but look at me, I'm smiling ear to ear with it, just opening this thing. So honestly, I do find it to be pretty freaking cool. So anyways, that is marking off this video for the rest of the year. This is it. As much as the channel only saw, well, 3, sadly. But 2025 is around the corner, so hopefully I can make amends with that and actually more frequent content. I tidied up big time my setup over, stupid camera there. That way, no, not that way, that way. It's always backwards looking at the freaking camera. Anyways, that's been all revamped, tidied up, new cables, new setup, new workflow. So hopefully that will make things easier. And this camera alone, it's on a boom that hangs off of the wall that I can just slide over when I don't want it in my way like a tripod typically would be. So having said that, yeah, hopefully everyone has a safe and happy New Year's into 2025 and a prosperous 2025. I will catch you all next time.